Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
After floundering for years and years as Delhi Daredevils, Delhi Capitals have had a magnificent 2 or 3 years. Let's see what they did right. They had a very good young Indian captain, first in Shreyas Iyer, then in Rishabh Pant. They had a fabulous coach, one of the best in the business in Ricky Ponting. And they had a very solid Indian core. Now, if you want to be a good team in the IPL, and look what Chennai Super Kings have done, look what Mumbai Indians have done, then you want that really solid Indian core. And I thought Delhi Capitals, through the 2018 auction and then through a couple of very good acquisitions, trades, had built together a very solid Indian core. And that was at the heart of their resurgence, the movement from Daredevils to Delhi Capitals. Then what happened? Let's see what they did with their retentions. Not easy when you've got a core like that, but I thought they retained really well. They had Prithvi Shaw. They'd want Prithvi Shaw to give them a 450, 500-run season. They retained Akshar Patel, one of the best left-arm spinners going around. And of course, they retained Rishabh Pant. They would have loved to have retained Shreyas Iyer, but I think the captaincy issue was a slight sore point there as well. But they've got Prithvi Shaw. So I think the retentions were fantastic. But look what happened to them at the auction. Look who they lost. And I think that is the key to understanding what Delhi Capitals are putting together this year. They lost a 500-run player in Shikhar Dhawan, going through a great resurgence in his career. Left-hander, top order, really calming presence at the top. They lost Ashwin, very experienced, innovative bowler who could give them power play overs. And they lost so many wickets in Avesh Khan. What Avesh Khan was doing for them was taking away the need to play an overseas fast bowler, which is what a lot of teams have to do. What did they do in terms of replacements? I don't think they've got a spin bowling equivalent, because they'll want Kuldeep Yadav to have a really good season. Otherwise, someone like Lalit Yadav will have to fill in that Ashwin role and provide a little bit of batting. I don't think they found a replacement for Shikhar Dhawan. That means they've got to go in for an overseas opener, and they'll want Khalil Ahmed to have the kind of season that Avesh Khan had. If Khalil Ahmed can do that, it may be not even as great a season as Avesh had, but a little less. If he can give them 20 wickets, 21 wickets at an economy rate around 7.5, left-handedness, he will be magnificent. So what else did they do though? They got one of the steals of the season in David Warner. If Mitchell Marsh can stay fit and play T20 cricket like he's been playing for the last 12 or 18 months, he will be a magnificent addition. And then they'll have to find the overseas fast bowling component. One big problem. No Heinrich Nokia. Nokia is one of the best fast bowlers in the world, or was till that injury hit him. I'm sure he will be when he comes back. The question is, when will he come back? Rabada and Nokia were lighting up the IPL. They had to choose between Rabada and Nokia. What do? Nokia's extra pace, bowls both at the power play and at the death would have come in handy. Now suddenly no Nokia. You can get an overseas fast bowler as a replacement. There are many around. But to perform the role that Nokia did with the pace that Nokia had is going to be very, very difficult. They picked Lungi and Gidi. Now, Chennai Super Kings like to get their players back. They didn't get Ngidi back. And the reason for that is that his economy rates in recent times have been very high. So you can get him in as a replacement, but as a regular T20 player who will give you 14 games in the season, maybe not quite. Ngidi is not a Nokia in this format. He's a very good test match bowler, but not in this format. So let's see what their first choice 11 looks like. Then I'll tell you little issues with it and how far you think they can go. I think the top 5 is one of those powerful top 5s you can assemble. Prithvi Shaw, David Warner, Mitch Marsh, Rishabh Pant, Rovman Power. Now see what this has done. They've got right-hander, left-hander. Mitch Marsh is in the form of his life, as we said, right-hander. Rishabh Pant, left-hander. And from what I saw of Rovman Powell at the internationals against India, he is ready to explode in the IPL. So that is fantastic. Top 5. Then what do? Let's go down and see what they have at number 6. They've got to decide whether they want a spin bowling all-rounder in there, someone like a Lalit Yadav, or whether they back the magnificent form that Sarfaraz Khan is bringing in from first-class cricket. Now, for this top 6 to work, if Sarfaraz is in it, Mitch Marsh has to give you 2-3 overs. If he's giving you 2 or 3 overs, it makes the balance fantastic, because then they've got Akshar Patel, Shardul Thakur. That's overs in there again. Then either they go Fizz as a replacement for Nokia, and then they go Khalil, and they'll want to have a Kuldeep Yadav in there. So then they've got pace bowling covered with three fast bowlers and Mitch Marsh, and they've got Lalit Yadav, they've got Akshar Patel. And if they think that they can do without Kuldeep Yadav, then they can play another Indian fast bowler in there, which is Chetan Sakaria. On paper, looks fantastic. Couple of small issues. Warner is only available from the 6th. I've been looking at the schedule. They only played 2 games. So they'll miss Warner for 2 games. In that much time, they've got the free hitting Tim Seifert in there. So he could do the job for them for a couple of games. The problem is Mitch Marsh. Marsh is in the white ball squad. And so by the time he comes in, he'll have missed another 2 or 3 games. So they've got to find a replacement up front for Mitch Marsh and hope that he's fit enough after playing the games in Pakistan to be able to come back. So let's build an alternate 11 and see what it looks like at the start of the season for Delhi Capitals. Shaw, Seifert. Again, the power is there. Pant, you'll have Robin Powell batting at number 4, which is a position that he did for the West Indies. I think you can play Sarfaraz or Mandeep. I'd go Sarfaraz at number 5. Lalit Yadav at 6. Akshar at 7. Shardul, Fizz, Sakaria, Khalil. It's still a very good side, but it needs that power at the top of the order to come. Because if you look at the bowling in this alternate side, Khalil, Sakaria, Fizz, Shardul, Akshar, Lalit. So they've got, it's too left-handed heavy, but they've still got the options. It looks a bit like the Rajasthan Royals from last year with all the left-handers, but I think there's still enough there. I don't know how Fizz will go on the bouncier tracks, but there's still enough over there. So that is going to be the key for them. They want, if they can get David Warner to reproduce the kind of seasons he's had with Sunrisers, come back and give them a 500 runs a year, a 500 run season. As if we said, look, Sunrisers, you got it wrong. Rishabh Pant has a good year, Prithvi Shaw has a good year, then the spinners have a good year, yes, but it's not looking as strong on paper as it did last year. If Lalit Yadav can break free, then they've got that lovely all-rounder at number 6. They'll want a lot of runs from Shardul Thakur. They could actually have Shardul going in at 6-7 as well. And then if he can deliver 4 overs and deliver a Chennai Super Kings kind of performance for them, then great. So I still think Delhi Capitals looking a really good side, but maybe just without the edge of the previous years. But as I said, they've got the players to make it big.